Hi, my name is Lomelino, and I'm here now to tell you a little bit about my new book, Mom Grace. Mom Grace came out of actually somebody who was praying for me, saw a picture of me being shoved into a pencil sharpener, and that out of that sharpening, they were saying that God was going to bring a book that was going to be used to encourage many mothers. That was really what kind of got the whole thing rolling for Mom Grace. I want to tell you a little bit about the book and just about my heart in it and about my story and journey that really allowed this book to come forth. And I think that picture of being shoved into a pencil sharpener was really a good depiction of how I feel like my journey of motherhood has been. I have 5 children, and I've had these 5 children in about 10 years, and my oldest is 10, my youngest is 1 year old, and they're kind of stair-stepped in between. For me, motherhood, I think as a child I dreamed of motherhood being this really amazing experience full of all this joy and fun, and I was very excited to be a mom in many ways. And then I had my first baby, and it was amazing and it was full of joy, but I was not really very prepared for the hard things and for the trials and the challenges that were going to come alongside of motherhood. And I think I did have a harder first baby, but all that being said, I think for many of us there are a lot of challenges in motherhood, and we didn't always anticipate those. And when we find ourselves in motherhood and as a mom, and we're facing the challenges and the toils and just that need for patience and endurance, that sometimes it's hard to know what to make of all of that and how to handle it, and especially how to just walk with God in those, and how to give thanks, and how to have a perspective that is a heavenly one. And so this book is really about, in many ways, seeing the blessings and joys that are in motherhood. And many of those blessings and joys I discovered came out of the hardships and came out of the challenges, not in spite of them, but actually because of them. And as God began to give me a new perspective on that, and to show me that He was actually blessing me and giving me gifts through how motherhood was hard, that it really began to minister to me and bless me as a mom. An example of that is one of the chapters is called The Gift of Humility, and I began to recognize that some of the things that were hard for me about my children, the things that I didn't really know how to handle, or those meltdowns in the grocery store or things like that, were actually giving me a gift of humility, and that I have become a more humble person because I realize how much more I need Jesus. There's also gifts that are kind of more straightforward, just like the gift of our children and the gift of special moments with them, and the gift of joy, the gift of peace, but it's a peace that is not based on our circumstances. It's a peace that's based on Christ, and finding Him even in the midst of the hard things, in the midst of the very unpeaceful situations that we have a lot of times as moms. So my heart is really that this book would encourage many mothers who would read it. It has really short chapters. I designed it specifically for busy moms to be able to read. Each chapter is only a couple pages, and then there's a journal page at the end, which is kind of a fun way to just help you reflect on that chapter. And yeah, it was such a blessing to be able to write this book. I feel really honored that the Lord allowed me to do that, and it is my gift to mothers everywhere that will take it and read it, and hopefully be encouraged by many of these things that God has taught me over these last 10 years of motherhood. So I hope that you will get a copy and read it and be blessed, and may it draw you closer to the Lord and give you encouragement in your motherhood. Thank you.